Good evening, Fort Campbell. This concert is our way of saying thanks. Thanks to our soldiers for their service, thanks to our families for their sacrifice, and thanks to the Fort Campbell community for their unwavering support. And we couldn't do this without people like Gary Sinise and his band volunteering to come here and perform for you. And we're going to start very shortly. But before we do, I do want to introduce one American hero. Drew Dix is going to come forward. He is the first Special Forces enlisted person to win or receive the Medal of Honor in Vietnam. So without any further ado, let me introduce Drew Dix.
Well, thank you for that welcome, but I want to say the honor is mine to be here. You know, I served many years ago in a lot of different units, and driving on to Fort Campbell today, I saw the 5th Special Forces Group headquarters there, and I'm proud to have served with them. Anybody from the 5th Group here? All right. And also, a little further down the road, I saw the headquarters of 101st. And I served with them in Vietnam. And I had the great pleasure of commanding a rifle company in the Strike Force Battalion. Anybody here from Strike Force? Okay. Hey, you know, I see a lot of pride out there, and you should be. Should be very proud of your service. And I see it on your faces of those that have served. I see it on the families. The spouses, wives and husbands and children, and you should be proud of what they're doing. Fort Campbell's a spearhead about what's going on around the country, around the world, and you should be proud of what you're doing. And you know, it's a long haul, and there's going to be some good times and there's some bad times. But the best thing about what we got in the United States Army is the biggest family in the world, that we stick together. So all of those, when you're deployed, you stick together. And when you come back, or while your loved ones are gone, the families stick together. And that's the most important. So just stick together. And in my day, we didn't have a lot of resources available that you could call upon. You got a lot of them now. So if you need some help, reach out to them. But it's not going to work unless you do reach out. And if you see somebody in your family, this big family that needs help, steer them in the right direction. So I want to tell you that this is a wonderful event here. It's made possible by USO, and I'd like to introduce Mr. Dave Mcintyre, who does so much for their active duty and USO. And so let's give him a big hand. Dave?
Drew, thank you for your service and your example to all of us. How you all doing tonight? You ready for a concert? Yeah? All right. One of those resources Drew talked about is a movie that is going to be played here on Tuesday at 14:30 at Cole Park Commons, called Brothers at War. And if you haven't had a chance to see it, take the opportunity to do that. You might want to take your spouse or your loved one with you, assuming you're both here. It's a movie that's worth seeing. It's about a family that serves, it's about brothers who serve, and it's made by a filmmaker who went to visit his brothers in Iraq. And really very much worth seeing. A guy named Jake Rademacher, who's here tonight, who did a phenomenal job. So we're all doing well? Yeah? And let's take the opportunity to thank the kids in the audience for allowing their parents to serve our country. Your parents make us proud, and were it not for you and your support that you give them, they could not serve our country. So thank you very much for what you do. I'm privileged to be on the USO board, and we wanted to take the opportunity to answer the call to bring Gary Sinise and his great band here to Fort Campbell. Who's heard the Gary Sinise and Lieutenant Dan Band? All right, who hasn't heard them? Okay. All right, well, you're all in for a treat. Gary's been called the Bob Hope of this generation. For those of you that have heard him, you know the band is phenomenal. They're professional musicians. They go all over the world to entertain the troops and their families. It's great to be here at Fort Campbell tonight. Give it up for Gary Sinise and the Lieutenant Dan Band.
Lieutenant Dan Singer's here.
Looking back on when I was a little nappy-headed boy. Yeah, my all that worry was for Christmas, what would be my toy?